Jose, can you hear me? Okay. And Niels, what are you gonna do this evening? Do you have any plans?
Hello,
Or
Joshua. I can
oh,
hear you.
sorry. All right, Jose. Yeah, how's it going?
I'm doing very well, Joshua. Thanks for asking. And you?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks. What'd you do today, Jose?
It was a normal day. In the morning I was working, and in the afternoon I am learning English.
Okay. Um, in the afternoon, I have been learning English
I have
because
been learning English. Yes.
you're still learning. But
Yes.
okay, nice.
Okay.
And Natalia, welcome to class. Natalia, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Hello.
Hey. How's your day going?
Okay, so everything's okay. So I have been working today, and I have also been learning English a little bit. So trying to combine both. It's possible sometimes.
Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
nice. Have you had any good classes? Have you learned anything exciting?
Yeah, so well, actually, I had a class with Oakley about traveling, and I really enjoyed it. And I mean
Nice.
that, so I learned some vocabulary, and there were some guys who also told about their traveling experience.
Cool. Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And excuse me. Adela, welcome to class. Adela, how's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. How's your day?
Well, normal day, but this evening I have a school party, a graduation to the
Cool.
to the student. Yes.
Graduation for the students, maybe?
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
final course. They have the graduation party.
Okay. Awesome. And Eddie, how's it going?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. And Ellie, yeah. So what have you done today?
I over here. I just 10 o'clock. I haven't done anything yet.
Okay. What are your plans for the rest of the day?
Oh, okay. I plan to go to get some certificate and card for my friends. He just got promotion. Promotion. I just want to send him some certificate restaurant for
Okay.
him and some card, like congratulation card for him. That's it.
Nice. That's really nice of you.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Cool. And it's like yeah, gift certificate, we could say. Good. And David, welcome to class. David, how are you doing?
Good morning, Joshua. I'm doing very well. What about you?
Doing really well. Thank you for asking. Um, and David, what are you gonna do with the rest of your day?
I'm going to take classes until noon, and I have to do some errands in the afternoon, and I will come back to see the match between Colombia and Brazil
Okay. Nice.
in the evening.
Did you watch the match yesterday between Argentina and Uruguay?
I saw just the second part, the second half,
Who
and
won?
won Argentina 1-0.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't end up watching it. German, how's it going?
Hey, Josh, I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. And German, what have you done today so far? What are your plans with the rest of the day?
I was watching the news because one of the superstars of our national team crashed his Ferrari last night, and
Oh
he's
no.
in jail now. Yeah, and we are playing the America Cup. Yes, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's very important for the team, so there are a discussion if they have to continue in the team or kick out. And
Oh
today
no.
the director will say what he's going to do.
Okay. Who is the player?
Arturo Vidal.
Ooh, wow, that's
He
terrible.
plays in the Juventus.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's the big player too. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not good. Okay, and Lena, welcome to class. Lena, how's it going?
Hello, Josh.
Hey.
I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Nice.
And you?
I'm doing well. Lena, what have you done today so far?
Oh, I have vacation, so I have a rest, but the weather was so bad. It was a great day, so I haven't swim. Uh, I didn't swim, so I have a relaxation at home.
Okay. All right. Nice. Just relaxing at home because the weather's terrible. All right.
Yes, I watched cartoon with my children.
Nice. What cartoon?
uh, mm, the Keeper of Moon, maybe in English. The Keeper of Moon.
Okay.
It's some new cartoon.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Ehab, welcome to class. Ehab, how's it going?
Hi teacher, thank you. My name is Yab, I'm from Libya, and now I live in Norway.
Okay. And
It's,
Ehab?
yeah,
Ehab. Okay. And what do you like to do in your free time, Ehab?
I like to join classes in Verbling, study English. I think it's the best thing I like to do.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other hobbies like watching movies or playing sports or anything like that?
Watching movies, going out, Norway with lakes and mountains, fjords. I like going out with friends, trips, traveling.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. And I think that is everybody, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get started with today's class. And let's start with Niels. Can you read the title and the next few lines?
Yes, education. Today we will talk about learning and online education, cultural use of education.
Nice. Okay, maybe cultural.
Cultural.
Cultural views of education. And Niels, can you ask Natalia the first question?
Natalia, what's your favorite memory from your time in school?
So actually, I have very positive memories from my time in school, all stages of school, so primary, secondary, higher education. But so probably I can tell that maybe even the first day at school is my favorite memory because I really liked it. I mean that before going to school, I was a little bit afraid that maybe I would have some difficulty in communicating with other kids. I was nervous, but the day I went to school, so everything settled down. I liked the teacher, I liked the children, and so it's one of the most memorable moments in my school life.
Yeah, awesome. That's great. Yeah, and liking school is definitely a good quality to have. Okay, good answer. And Natalia, can you ask Lena the next question?
Okay, so Lena, who was your favorite teacher in school and why?
My English teacher was my favorite teacher at school because she was so creative. She liked to sing English songs with us. She liked to prepare different play roles and games in English. It was very nice and creative. I liked it very much.
Nice. And good. How old were you when you had her?
What was?
So yeah, when did you have her? What grade did she teach? Like, what grade? Or how old were you when you had the teacher?
What grade?
Yeah, so how old is kind of the question. When you had that teacher?
It was maybe secondary school. I was 12.
Okay.
I was 12.
Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, we might say middle school or junior high school.
It was
Okay,
middle
perfect.
school.
Perfect. All right, and Lena, can you ask Jose the next question?
Jose, did you procrastinate studying? Did you ever pull an all-nighter?
Yes, sometimes I procrastinated studying in the beginning. Sometimes I procrastinated. Sometimes when I had a lot of work, I ever pull an all the night.
Sometimes when I had a lot of work,
Yes,
I even pulled
even pull an all night.
an all night.
Even pull all night and all night.
Missing something at the end.
Nighter.
Yeah, pulled an all-nighter.
All
Good.
nighter. Okay.
Okay. And yeah, solid. Maybe Herman, what's your favorite memory from your time in school?
From what, sorry?
Your time in school.
Oh, my time in school was good. Yeah, I spent a
Yeah.
lot of time.
What's your favorite
What
memory?
is your favorite memory? When we finished the school, we had a celebration, and we have, as a tradition, all people who ended the school have to make some bad act, and we decided to take the school, put some chains, and doing bad things.
Okay. Can you explain that one more time? I'm sorry, I might have missed a little bit of that.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, as I said, when we finished the school, we had a celebration, and as a tradition, everyone who ended the school have to make a bad act. In the way, for example, we decided to take the school and put some jails in the doors and make other disasters.
Do a prank. Pull
Yeah.
a prank.
Yeah, a kind of prank. Yeah.
Okay. You said the school twice. So when we finished school, there's no article. So when we finished school, we had to, everyone who ended school, or
Okay.
everyone who was graduating, had to pull a prank. Okay. Nice. Yeah, pranks are always fun. Good. And does anybody have any questions here on this page? Okay.
Okay.
And Ellie, can you read the title and the words?
Okay. Define these words or use them in sentences. The accessible, alternative, geography, compare, graduate, evaluate. instructor textbook.
Nicely done. Really good pronunciation.
Thank you.
Maybe just geography?
Geography. Geography.
Yeah, geography.
Geography.
Perfect.
Geography. Okay, thank you.
And does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Accessible.
Accessible. Who can explain what accessible means?
To have they have books to read about. Have you any book accessible in the classroom, for example?
Okay, so like available?
Available, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Available. So like easily available even. Yeah. Nice job, Niels. Any other questions? No other questions? Okay. Maybe let's have Eddie, can you make a sentence with evaluation and graduate?
Graduate. Okay. I graduate from college in 1968.
Okay. Past tense?
Yes. I graduated.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I graduated from college in 1968.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then another one is evaluation. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. I was gonna say in the same
Okay.
sentence, but that was good.
My boss evaluated me to evaluate my performance to be a executive position.
My boss evaluated my
Evaluate my performance. Can I do that?
Yeah, my boss evaluated my performance.
To be a executive level.
Maybe to see if I could be in an
executive. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice job. Good sentence, though. Okay, and let's go on. Let's actually go back. Do one more sentence. Ayab, can you read, or can you make a sentence using compare and alternative? So use those two in a sentence.
Compare and alternative.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but can I know what does alternative mean?
Okay, who can explain what alternative means?
It's when you have different choices, or you can take one road and another, for example.
Yeah. So different choices are alternatives, options. If we're talking about like alternative schools, it's a school that is not the normal school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't compare my. Okay. Okay, maybe it's the best you help me, teacher.
Okay, I think you can do it though. So a sentence with compare and alternative. I can't compare. It's a good start.
Okay, I can't compare to get started with with the alternative of my school. Alright, I can't have alternative of my school because I can't compare to the other schools. Or
Um, okay, so maybe I can't compare the alternatives to my school.
yeah,
So much better. Yeah, so maybe your school is really great and the alternatives are not. That could work. Can you read that sentence? Yep.
yeah. I can't compare the alternative. You wrote it alternative. Alternatives to
Yeah,
my
the
school.
alternatives.
It's so much better. It's M, not N.
Sorry, it just looks like an M. Yeah,
No.
that's just the font. Sorry. Okay, good. And David, can you read the first paragraph?
Yeah, Joshua. Discussion Alternative Education. Montessori education is an educational approach developed by Italian physician and educator Maria Montessori. It is characterized by an emphasis on independence, freedom within limits, and respect for a child's natural physiological, physical, and social development. Although a range of practices exist under the name Montessori, no, I think so. These elements are essential.
Okay.
Maybe you have to remove the article in the last line.
Yep. Good corrections. Although arranged, can you repeat that?
Mm-hmm. Although arrange.
Good, thanks. And hold on just one second. Actually, Adela, can you start reading the next part?
Yes, mixed age classroom with classroom for children age 2.5 or 2 to 6 years old, by far the most common. Student choice of activity from within a prescribed range of options. Uninterrupted blocks of work time, ideally 3 hours. A constructivist of a discovery model where students learn concepts from working with materials rather than by direct instruction. Specialized educational materials developed by Montessori and her collaborators. Freedom of movement within the classroom.
Good. Okay. And so I think that sounds really good. Maybe uninterrupted.
Uninterrupted.
Nice, uninterrupted. Okay. And does anybody have any questions here?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what is although arranged.
Although arrange. Can anybody explain that?
Arrange is
yeah, go ahead, Adela.
I think it's a different practice, maybe in different complexity, maybe to the 1 year or for 6 years. I think this is a range when they are a structure on the time or order, etc. No?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a range is like you can have from this to this. So it's not all right in the middle. So although a range It's like, even though there's a large number of practices, there are a large number of practices that exist. Does that make sense? So although a range would be even though a large number exists.
Okay.
Okay. And does anybody else have any other questions? Okay. Okay, let's try this. Adela, can you ask Niels the first question?
Niels, what are some other examples of alternative schools?
Well, nowadays there are so many ways of teaching. So I think this we just heard about was more or less the most alternative ones. But you could also have an alternative schools where you have very large age groups, where you have children from the age to say 10 to 15 in the same classroom, and then the elder ones would help the younger ones, and that is something that happens sometimes when you have a very little school, very small school with only say 50 pupils in the school. Then you might have 3 groups of pupils in the class, mixed age groups all over.
Nice. Okay, very nicely done. So that would definitely be a form of an alternative school. Maybe, Natalia, can you think of any other examples of alternative schools?
Well, so maybe it's a school where children choose the subjects, the disciplines which they would like to learn, and maybe they choose the books or other materials for learning, and there is no strict discipline. So I mean that children can play, can I don't know, so can talk on the telephone, anything.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that would be an alternative school for sure. Okay, and maybe Natalia, can you ask Lena the next question?
Okay, so Lena, what do you think about alternative education?
Lena?
Okay. So I think an alternative education it's very good because I think that different children with different characters have to choose their way of graduating. So there are a lot of talent child, so they can get the education in special school. So maybe some children want to have more creative education with different special subjects, maybe art, maybe art or dancing or different else. So I think there should be a lot of alternative school for different childs.
For different You said child's? Children, yeah. Good. There should be a lot of alternative schools for different children. Okay.
It's very
Nice.
good when there are when we have a sports school for children who like sport.
Yeah. Okay. For sure. And can you ask Jose this last question, Lena?
Jose, do you think that online education is a good option for young students? How young?
Yes, I think online education is a good option for young students. For example, the students that are living in a small in a village, sometimes they can't go to the school because the school is so far. I think it could be a good method, but before 16 years, because I think that before no, sorry, after 16 years, because I think that before couldn't be a good method.
Okay, so before maybe it might not be a good
Might
method.
not be a good method. Okay.
Nice. But after 16 years, maybe. But after they're 16
After
years old.
16 years old. Okay. Sorry.
Don't be sorry at all. Years old. And I think it could be, what did you say? A good what?
Good method.
Okay, method.
Method.
When we say method, it sounds a little bit more like it has an I ending. Method.
Method.
Method. Yeah.
Method. Method. Okay.
Yeah, could be a good method. Perfect.
Could be a good method. Okay.
Okay. What do you think, Herman? Do you agree or do you disagree? 16 years old, do you think it's a good idea? Do you think maybe earlier, older?
It's a complication question because when we are young, or even now, we can be easily distracted. Or more if you are on internet, you can join to Facebook and don't pay attention to the class.
Of course, you don't
I
do that
think-
at all.
Sorry?
I said, of course, you don't do that at all.
Of course not, because I am an adult. So I think it's hard for young people. Maybe it's good for us because we want to learn English. We all choose this. But when you are in a school, you don't like some classes, you don't like some topics, and why not use Facebook instead of taking these boring lessons?
Yeah. When do you think is a good age to start taking online education classes?
Maybe when you are an adult and you can choose what to study.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your selection is your option.
Nice. Okay. Really good answer. Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything they'd like to add here?
So can I?
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, so can I just add some comment, considering the fact that nowadays young people are some kind of addicted to computers, to the internet, and if they have distant education, probably it will just contribute to this addiction. So I don't mean that I'm against online education for kids, but I suppose that it should be limited, and I even don't know the age when children can have such courses.
Okay.
Good. And I think there should be a very special reason for having online education. It is so important that young children meet each other and have interaction socially with each other. But once or twice a week, a couple of hours might be good, but there should be a special reason for it. It's more something to do with elder children or adults where it's you have sometimes you just need a few uh, hours a week where you have time for education, and then it's nice to have things to do online. But for all young persons, most of the education must be together with all students, with other students.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Really nicely done. Any other questions or comments?
Maybe it's a good method when people is isolated. For example, have more problem to transport to the school is, or for example, children in a hospital for a disease, a long disease, is a good thing. Don't disconnect to the course or the level, etc. But complementary for me for children.
Nice. So it'll be a complementary type of education when they're isolated, if they're in a hospital, in another situation. Can you repeat when they're isolated?
Isolated.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. That would be a really good use for online education. Any other questions, comments, ideas?
I want to say that the online education is very useful. It opens new opportunity for young people to have some new education in some universities that far from them. For example, I can study in American universities, and I can get the certificate. It's a good opportunity for me. So Veblen, it's new opportunity for me too to speak with English-speaking people. I haven't such teachers in my town.
Okay, we don't have like teachers like that in my town.
What?
We don't have such teachers in my town.
In my town, I haven't English-speaking teacher.
We don't have. We would never say I haven't. We would say I don't
Okay.
have, or we don't have.
Yes, we don't have. We don't have.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in? Okay. Let's look at this. And for the first one, I don't even really remember where we were. I think it was Ellie. Can you read the first two parts?
Okay. Test 1. When did the pilgrims land at Plymouth Rock? Plymouth Rock. Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Yeah, Plymouth Rock. What does it mean?
So the pilgrims from England came to North America, and they landed at a place called Plymouth Rock, or a place that they called Plymouth Rock, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the next one is 1621.
16.
21. Hey, 20.
Yeah, good.
20.
1620. Good. Okay. And Ab, can you read the next block?
Yes, as you can see, I have memorized this utterly useless fact long enough. It passed a test question. I now intend to forget it forever. You have taught me nothing except how to cynically manipulate the system. Congratulations.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. Maybe how to cynically manipulate the system. Can you repeat cynically manipulate the system?
Cynically manipulate system.
Yeah, the system, but good. And it.
The system.
Yeah. I'm getting like some other noise from somebody's microphone. I'm not sure who it is. Maybe it's in your background, Ab. I'm not really sure. But Ken, welcome to class.
Yes, hello, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking, Ken. And maybe Adela, can you read the last part?
Yes, they say the satisfaction of teaching makes up for the lousy pay.
Lousy.
Lousy pay.
Yeah. Okay. And what is happening in this comic, Adela?
I think the comic criticizes the system, to learn sometimes dates and quantities, but don't have the knowledge exactly of the thing about. Only a date is not useless, is useful, is not useful, and I think it's only knowledge dates. Maybe you can read a book, or in Wikipedia or in your tablet you put is a date to have. It's not necessary to have in your brain, I think.
Okay, so you can read a date in a book or on Wikipedia?
Yes.
Not.
It's not necessary to memorize.
Nice, perfect. Yeah. So a couple things I think the comic criticizes, or you could use the present progressive and say is criticizing. But remember that third person S? Maybe, actually, can you...
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and read that again.
Criticize is not correct.
Criticizes is correct. I think you said criticize. I think the comic criticized. But yeah, go ahead and read this one more time.
I think the comic criticizes the system of learning dates and quantities without imparting knowledge of the thing itself. Dates are not useful without context, so you can read a date in a book or on Wikipedia. It's not necessary to memorize the date.
Yeah. Okay, good. And Niels, do you think... What do you think about this? Do you agree with what Adela said?
No,
do you
I
have anything
don't.
to add? Okay.
No, I don't. I think it's very important to know numbers like that. And it's important to know at least it is in the 1600 about that, because it's too difficult always to be to have to look it up on Wikipedia or in a book. These stuff. It's very important that you just have a sort of feeling of history and how many years it was since the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, and so numbers are important to remember. Numbers like that, I suppose. And you also, it's good that a young person can be trained to memorize stuff. Hello, is everything stopped now?
I think that the teacher has some connection problems.
Oh.
Hey, sorry guys, are you there?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
We
are here.
I missed the end of what you said, Niels.
Well, I was just saying that I think young persons, it's quite nice for them to have to learn numbers and learn stuff by without having to look it up in books. But you have quite a lot of subjects you must just know by heart.
Okay.
I belong to the old school, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's really good to know context of historical events. You know, what was happening around here, and so dates are really good at helping with that. All right. Does anybody else have any other opinions on this comic? They give testing for dates.
So I agree with this comic because I think as Adela that sometimes it's not possible, it's not useful to remember the date. Maybe some dates it's very some famous dates or some dates we should know, but some dates as a date of pilgrims landing, I think it's not useful for us to remember it.
Instead of saying I think it's not useful, I think it's not useful. We need to use the verb to do to negate it. How could we say that? Instead of saying I think it's not useful, I...
Josh?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
So we need to use the verb to do to change this sentence. So we can't say I think it's not useful. We'd say I think... What word do we add?
I didn't think it's useful.
I don't.
I don't think it's useful.
Yeah, so we don't say I think it's not useful. Generally, if we're negating think, we use I don't think. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Okay, good. And yeah, I think talking about tests too, it's a little bit critical of these kind of like straightforward tests. Okay. Any other questions or comments or opinions?
So I suppose that maybe nowadays there is too much focus on tests, but I think that so teachers should teach their pupils not to do tests, but first of all they should teach them to think and to think critically. And in this case, I suppose children will also be interested in facts, and in this way they will memorize the date when pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, for example.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, I think that's a really good answer. We are very focused on tests, and that's why Verbling is great, because it's more about learning. You're interested in learning things, and then the facts kind of come along with that. Yeah, I think that's a great point. Any other questions here?
Okay, let me try.
Mhm.
Okay, I think that the education system that we have been using is kind of old because they just use the student to memorize things in order to pass the test, but after that they will forget it, and it's useless because the student learn nothing from memorize. They should they should um, uh, they should teach students how to understand how to use the brain more than in the best way other than memorize something like this.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe how to think critically.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and I do think that memorization does have a place. There's a really good, if you know dates, you can understand the context of events much more easily. What else was happening around that time? Why did that happen? But yeah, I think there's a lot of good things you guys are saying. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay.
No, I agree.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, we could try this. Let's start with, I think, Jose. Can you read the role of
Okay.
the mother?
Mother, you want your children to enroll in experimental school. They don't assign grades and they let the students choose what to study. Try to convince your husband that your children should attend this alternative school.
How do you pronounce this word?
Convince?
Good. Good. Convince, not convince. Good.
Convince. Okay.
Germán, can you read the role of the father?
You don't want your kids to change schools. You think traditional schools are best. Convince your wife that this new school, with no curriculum and few rules, will be a bad alternative for your kids.
Okay. And let's start with Jose. How would you start the conversation?
I would prefer that my children study in a experimental school, but because I am fit up with the traditional school. In the traditional school, the children don't learn anything.
Nice. Well done. And Germán, how would you respond?
Honey, with all my respect and love, but your idea is stupid because our children is lazy and he need strict rules.
Our child.
Sorry, what did I say? What did I say?
Our children.
Oh, sorry, a child. He's lazy and he need strict rules.
Okay, good. And Eddie, how would you respond?
Because can you excuse me? I have to go now.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Sorry about that.
Maybe Lena. I'm not sure if I skipped you, Lena. Lena, can you respond?
I want to be mother. I should
Yeah.
be mother. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my dear husband, I have a good idea to change school for our children. Uh, there is a very good new experimental school with new teachers. Our children will learn new subjects. There will be 4 languages for them. I think it's very good idea because this experimental school supported is supported our government
By our government.
by our government.
Okay.
It's a new opportunity for our.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. It's a new opportunity for our children. Nice. Ab, how would you respond?
Um, uh, okay, my darling, I know what you mean, but as you know, most of the kids they study in this kind of schools. They are spoiled and they will be more. So
That's it?
And yeah, I guess it's
Okay.
Why spoiled?
Yeah, good. So most of the kids studying in these kinds of schools are spoiled. All right. We are just out of time, unfortunately. Thank you guys for coming into class. It was good to see you guys all again. Ayab, it was good to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you again
Bye-bye.
soon.
Try. See you
Bye.
later. Bye.
See you.
Bye.